Active Security coming to you once again with your Tunisia security update on this November 9th. And what I want to share with you today is a little analysis and some news taking place right now in the little North African country here, Tunisia, a country that I love and follow. So the headline says here that France holds talk with Tunisia on returning Islamic extremists after Nice church attack. Let's get into this. Now, this article, I want to point out three very important points of this article. First one is that Tunisian nationals constitute a significant portion of foreign jihadists in Syria, Iraq, and Libya. Very important to note, Tunisia has a population of more than 12 million, 10 to 12 million people. So the fact that they constitute a significant portion of foreign jihadists in Syria, Iraq, and Libya is significant. Now, Tunisia is willing on certain conditions to take back its nationals that are expelled in France. So they're in the process of negotiating this transfer, this agreement with France. Now, public opinion in Tunisia, as one might expect, is very hostile towards the return of these suspected jihadists. So in this article here, I talk about how Tunisia, being a little country, has a big jihadist problem. What do I mean by that? Now, in 2015, the United Nations released a report that highlighted some 5,000 Tunisians traveled to Syria, Iraq, and Libya over the past decade. You might have read it on different articles and posts. It was a very big story. The Washington Post, as a matter of fact, documented that in the aftermath of the 2011 Arab Spring, Tunisians traveled to Syria and Iraq and Libya more than any other nationality from outside those countries. So let me say that again. Tunisia, with a very small population of, I think it's a little bit over 10 million, has the largest amount of citizens in these areas of conflict. So more than any other nationality from outside those countries. Now, why it is important to know that Tunisian authorities claim the figure is much lower, around 3,000. So Tunisian authorities definitely are claiming that the figure is much lower, around 3,000. It's still the highest number, even if we go with their number, it's still the highest number of foreign fighters per capita. So that's very significant as well. Second point here, France wants Tunisia to take back jihadist fighters and to do it quickly. Now, France is focused on dealing with this sensitive issue, of course, following the October 29th killing of 3 people at a church in the southern part of France, Nice. So, for starters, France wants Tunisia to expel 20 Tunisians and nationals that are already convicted on terrorism charges or suspected jihadist inclination. So France is saying, look, let's have this negotiation right off the bat. I'm going to let you guys know we have 20 Tunisian nationals in our jails that have already been convicted on terrorism. You guys need to take these guys and do it quickly. Now, according to several reports, Tunisia is willing to take back its nationals from France under specific conditions. Of course, we don't know what those specific conditions are, but Tunisia is saying, okay, I understand it's a problem. We definitely are on board. Anybody who's been following the Tunisian security forces have definitely been proactive and responsive to their terrorism problem. But France is saying, hey, you guys need to help us out after this attack. Now, Tunisians are not in a rush to take back these fighters, naturally, because most Tunisians are against the return of the suspected jihadists, as they see them as a threat to their young democracy. So once again, if you've been following the developments in Tunisia, you know that Tunisia is trying their best. They're the little engine that could in North Africa. Many of the countries that went through the Arab Spring have failed in many ways, but Tunisia is hanging on there, and they're like, listen, we've made it through these attacks, we made it through the Arab Spring, and here we are trying to get our economy up. We got hit with COVID, and now we have to deal with this. So authorities have refused the return of their troubled citizens from France on the basis of travel restrictions, linked to, of course, the ongoing pandemic. So, but I want to conclude this video with a little security analysis and the outlook for Tunisia moving forward. So, security insight. The return of these suspected jihadists is definitely a security concern for Tunisia. Security analysts calculate that some 70% of over 230 foreigners are illegal in France, suspected of radicalism, are from the Maghreb region, which includes Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and of course Libya. So, just to kind of summarize that up again, 70% of over 230 foreigners illegally in France, right? So 70% of these suspected jihadists in France, 70% of them come from either Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya. So that's why the French government is very adamant and focused on getting cooperation from these governments, including Tunisia. But what's the operational impact in Tunisia? Now, while this development may not have an immediate impact on foreign businesses operating in Tunisia in the short term, companies definitely have to monitor the negotiations in order to make future risk assessments to their organizations and operations in Tunisia. And finally, travel to Tunisia. The latest State Department travel advisory for Tunisia is a level 3, which means to reconsider travel. So on 28th in October, Tunisian authorities introduced new measures due to the ongoing pandemic. So make sure, if you're planning on traveling to Tunisia, make sure you're up to date with these new measures. You could definitely check out the new measures on the link below. So we will continue to monitor the situation in Tunisia, and we will continue to provide analysis and support, not only for our clients, but also we want to keep you informed here in the YouTube world. So make sure you check out the links, and if you want real great analysis on time reports on the security situation in Tunisia, make sure you check out our security portal, which you can do it easily by checking out the link in the article. So once again, at Dave Security here, bringing you security insights. Today we're doing our special report of Tunisia. Let me know what you think about this video, and let's stay safe and let's stay in touch. Take care.